guys, this is Sarah. Thanks for joining me on zowbody.com. And today we're going to play with a little IT band stretching and a little, mostly legs. So let's get to it by starting just standing at the back of our mat. Feel your feet plug in the floor. Just check those lovely 10 toes of yours and just see that the middle toes, second, third toes pointing forward. Heels spun out so that they're just directly in line with those second toes. Close the eyes. Notice your breath. And just from that simple act of noticing, feel the breath turn on a little bit deeper, like a tap that's being turned on rather than just leaking slow air out. Remember, you're not even the hose of the tap. You are the water itself. Let it be expansive, naturally expansive. Start to feel your feet pressing into the floor. And then as you exhale, just draw your chin towards your chest. Let your head be heavy here for a moment without changing anything else in your body. Looking down, opening your eyes looking down toward your toes or your chest. Just slowly reverse roll down. Slide bend in the knees. Let the weight of your hips catch into the knees, into the heels. And take your time moseying through your spine. Notice if there are kinks along the way where there's not this smooth transition. Just notice. And do your best to breathe into spaces that are tight. Let the arms hang like coat sleeves. Notice if you're in a rush to get to the bottom, and just take your sweet, sweet time. So if you're starting to see your feet or the mat in front of you, notice that you might have lifted your head. And just keep that nose pointed towards your thighs, your knees, your shins, whatever there may be there. When you get to the bottom, just kind of hang out for a moment and feel all three corners of your feet like a solid stool. The heels, big toe mound, pinky toe mound. Take a full breath of air in and exhale completely. Walk yourself slowly forward to downward facing dog. Feel your belly turn on as you step your hands forward and forward and forward. See if you can pinpoint that area below your navel, like you were wearing low-riding pants and there was a belt there. And feel the navel draw a little security to the spine. Feel the biceps roll up toward the ceiling, broad collarbones, and broad back. Full breath of air in here, exhale completely. And on your next in-breath, lift both heels high in the sky. See if you can keep anything else from changing. So if you tend to shift forward here because there's no space for your hips to go, work on keeping the arms and hips as they are and just lifting through the heels. Now slowly pick your right foot up off the floor without kicking it back. So just feel the right hip hug into the socket. And then splay those right toes behind you so they're kind of out of the way, and slowly lower the left heel back down toward the floor. Nothing else is changing, just the heel lower and lift. Inhale, lift that left heel back up toward the sky. Right hip is still hugged into the socket. Exhale, left heel settles down. One more time, inhale, heel lift. Exhale, lower. Shaking's okay, let the body shake, it's the nervous system working things out. Right leg floating up to the sky from the back of your butt cheek. Avoid the tendency to roll the hip out. Although that feels good too, see if you can really feel the difference of your right hip spinning straight down neutral. And then let's step to the front of the mat. Huge right foot step forward. Settle into a lunge for a moment so you can get the length in your spine. And then just step the left foot up to meet the right. And inhale, halfway lift. Draw the hands to the shins to start, unless you really want your fingertips to the floor. And draw your shoulder bones back into the body like you want to squeeze a piece of paper between your arm and your waistline. Inhale, arms float out to the sides. Keep the flat back. Feel the shoulder heads tip up. So you're not just lifting from the wrists, that happens a lot. But see if you can feel it from the shoulder head, like there was a current of air billowing up underneath your chest. And then from here, stand up tall, Tadasana. Palms reach overhead. Exhale, hands to prayer. Soft through the knees as you find your prayer. And then hug the right knee into your chest, but keep that left knee bent. So hug the knee in, and then kind of press the shin away from your interlaced fingers. So it's like your shin is trying to escape your hands. Your arms are long, they're just kind of holding on to that shin, and then draw the shoulders into the body. From here, we're going to do a tiny, tiny back bend. So keep the left leg bent so you have a little bit of space to tip back. As you tip back, feel that right shin pressing forward to counter. And maybe look up toward the ceiling. Things might get shaky, you might fall out. Big deal, right? It's just yoga, you're close to the floor. You're not going to get a medal if you stay in it or come out. Just do your best and explore these strange ranges of motion and strange shapes. Feel the chest lift, tailbone lengthen toward your left heel. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, slowly tip yourself back up and straighten your left leg. How's that left ankle doing? Hang in there. From here, kick the right leg back and fly the arms out to warrior three. Again, see if you can feel that right thigh spinning down rather than opening the hip up. So right knee point toward the floor, right 5 toes. Give it your best shot. Breathe through it and look down on one point to the floor. Arms extend forward if you've got that extra little bit of umph in you. And then come on back up to standing, hands to prayer, right foot seals next to the left. Pause for a moment. We're going to switch legs and play with something else. So arms float to the sky. Exhale, bend the knees. Hug the left knee into your chest. But here we're going to go into eagle legs. So just slide that left thigh on top of the right. If you have the space to wrap those left toes behind the calf, by all means go for it. If not, don't worry about it. Part of it comes from softening the inner thighs and then kind of hugging everything toward the midline with your center. Think of down below your belly button. From there, see how tall you can be in your spine while your right knee is bending. Weight into that right heel. Then we're going to add just a tiny arm variation. So let those right fingertips, or both fingertips rather, tilt forward toward the front of the room. Inhale like you are slicing the air right through the center and out in front of you. And let those palms split open wide like wings, facing up to the sky, and then turning the palms down and folding over yourself, halfway down. Shoot your hips back and the crown of the head forward. Find one point to fix your gaze. Drop your fingertips toward the floor. And come on back up to prayer. We're going to do that 2 more times. Exhale, fingertips rotate. Inhale like you are slicing the air in front of you. Exhale to pause, and then inhale, open it out to the sides. Exhale, fold. If that right hip is talking, let it talk. If you have to come out, come out. But be aware and just play with the sensation that's happening in your body. Hands come back together, toward the floor. And rise back up to prayer. Last time. See if you can stay in it. If you need to come out, come out. Reach forward. A lot of this is mental strength. The body can hang if the mind can hang. Arms open out wide. Exhale, fold. Fingertips drift toward the floor. Gather up the floor back into your heart center. We're coming out, unwrap your left leg, press that left foot into the floor. Inhale, sweep the arms up, Tadasana. And exhale, dive, 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 dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift for a little length in the spine, draw the belly in. Exhale, hands toward the floor. Let's step back to plank. Press the hips to the sky. Inhale that right leg back up to the ceiling. Shift forward to plank here with that one leg. Right knee into the right elbow. And then we're going to kick the right leg underneath us, off our mat toward the left side. Fall in triangles, so spin on the outer, or the whole length of that left foot, and then left arm to the sky. So your legs are in like a triangle shape. Spike the outer edge of that right foot into the floor to lift. Let the left shoulder just like kind of hug onto the body. Stay with it, breathe. One more big inhale. Exhale, left hand down. Spiral your chest back down toward the floor and come onto those back toes, but stay here and the hips, and just see if you can lower your right hip down to the floor. Should feel kind of sweet. All right, bend that back left knee and bend the front knee. So now you're facing the long edge of the mat. Should feel kind of nice for this outer right hip. And then turn toward the front edge of your mat and roll yourself down. I'm going to stay on my forearms. Feel free to extend the arms straight. Find your breath. Let it slow down back to neutral. Enjoy the quickness of the heartbeat and all the sensation arising in the body. And just know that it's constantly changing, and you're just kind of here to witness those changes and do your best to keep your mind and your body. Coming back up, pressing the hands. Let's extend that left leg back. Tuck those back left toes, come back into your right knee, right elbow, plank, and then kick that right leg to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, set that right foot down. We're going to switch sides. So we're going to start with lifting the heels to the sky, in breath. Pause, and suck the left hip in the socket. Then flush those left toes back, or brush them back. Exhale, lower the right heel. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale to lift. Last time, arms stay straight and stable. Lower. Inhale, lift. Inhale the left leg up to the sky. And step through to the front of the mat. Sink that front left thigh. Lift the back right thigh for length. And then huge step to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, extend the crown. Exhale, fold, feet or hips width apart. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. And just wiggle those big toes to touch, heels slightly apart, hands to prayer. Bend the knees, and we're going to go to the other leg. With the knees softly bent, not in a deep chair, just a little one. Draw that left knee into your chest, interlacing your fingers to your shins. Now slowly start to press that left shin away. Here we go. We're tilting up toward the sky. Remember, this is a little back bend with stabilizing in the legs. The right knee is bent to give us a little more space to play with. Belly to the spine for solidity through your core, through your center. From there, everything else follows. Be bright from the center outward. Do your best to find your balance today. If it's not there, we'll hunt for it another time. Look up to the ceiling if you got it. Flex those left toes if you've got it. Take one more big in-breath. Exhale, we're going to fly. So stay on that right leg, right foot sealed into the floor. Legs go straight as you kick the left leg back. Fly the arms out. Just know you can do anything, right, for a few moments. When we don't know what's possible, we're likely to conquer the impossible. Lift from the chest, lift from the back of your neck. Look down, fix your gaze, and breathe into your center. One more big inhale. Exhale, come up slowly, left foot stepping next to the right, arms reaching back overhead. And exhale, hands to prayer through the center line. We're going to come into eagle on the other side. So bend the knees, hands stay in prayer. Garudasana, right leg up and over. Wrap it like ropes. Feel the hips. Press the left. They're going to want to kind of cheat and stick it out to the right. See if you can press your hips to the left. Settle in. Settle in. Let your weight be heavy in the lower legs. Let your upper body sprout out of your hips. And let's add the hands. Inhale, reach forward through the prayer. Exhale, pause. Inhale, reach out to the sides, palms up. Extend through the fingertips, open your chest. Exhale, fold. Just imagine those legs aren't there in the way. Now you're just doing a forward fold, no big deal, right? Fingertips point to the floor. Inhale, rise back up. And we take ourselves so seriously sometimes, right? So just do your best, making shapes. Inhale, plant those fingertips forward. Slice the air. Inhale, open the palms out to the sides. Exhale, fold forward, bum back, crown of the head, palms float down to face each other, fingertips to the floor. Inhale, draw your hands up to your prayer like you're drawing a bow from the floor. Good, next inhale, slice the air in front of you. This is the last one. Part those grand curtains of illusion. Open the arms out wide. Exhale, fold, belly into support. Heart is light, breath is steady. Inhale, rise back up. This is it. We're over. Slowly, let that right foot plug in the floor. Stand tall, sweep the arms up. And exhale, dive forward, hinging from the hips. Spine rounds at the last moment. Head hangs heavy. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back. We've got one more little thing to play with here. Hips to the sky for down dog. As you inhale, shift forward to plank. Sorry, I lied. Inhale, lift your hips back up to the sky. Lift your left leg to the sky. And exhale, knee to elbow, left knee, left elbow. Get ready to kick out underneath you to the right. So press through the bottom of your foot. Press and slide the outer edge of your left foot to the right. Spin sideways. You're kind of in a side plank here. Right arm to the sky. So fall in triangle. Think of pressing the outer edge of that right foot into the floor, as well as the left. Suction cup the right foot and lift the hips. Expand outward and upward. One more big inhale here. Exhale, turn the torso down, right hand plants. Stay with the legs like this, but spin onto those back right toes. And then here we go, we're just going to slowly lower ourselves to the ground. Yeehaw. And sorry for being rude, but we're going to bend both knees and get our thighs to rest on the mat. And then twisting to our left toward the front edge of the mat. I like to use my hands a lot to kind of give me a little bit of extra oomph in my twist. And then slowly walk your hands down, come maybe onto your forearms. Lay all the way down if it's available. And let your head go. See if you can let your torso be like a dead weight over your left thigh. Notice if that right hip crease is gripping and holding on in this shape. And see if you can just soften heavy into the floor. Give your weight to the floor. There's nothing to lose. Everything to gain. Press into your hands to rise. We're going to come back to downward facing dog. So just make your way. Tuck your back right toes. Left knee, left elbow to finish it off. Left leg to the sky, three-legged dog. And exhale to let that left foot plant down next to the right. Take a big inhale here to just stretch out the back and feel the heels melt down toward the floor. And slowly let your knees drift down. And just come to a final pose here and just sit hips to heels. Take a moment, close your eyes, and release your fingers behind your back. And just give a little lift to your chest, a little love to those shoulder heads. And exhale, release the fingers. Palms rest in the lap. And let the eyes be soft. Let the corners of the mouth curl up. From there, I say to you, Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. Feel free to move on to the next clip if you want more, or practice this one over again. Alright, wish you all the best in your practice and in your life. Keep on moving, keep on feeling.